When we walk through a forest, it often feels quiet. We might hear birds sing, we might hear the wind in the leaves, but the trees themselves seem silent. They stand tall and still. For a long time, most people thought trees were lonely things. They believed each tree lived its own separate life. We saw them as individuals, not as parts of a community. But now we are learning something amazing. Trees are not as solitary as they appear. The forest is actually a very busy place, full of hidden activity and quiet conversations. How do trees talk to each other? They do not have mouths or voices like we do. Their way of communicating is much older and slower. It happens in ways that are hard for us to see. Trees live on a different timescale than humans. Their lives unfold over many decades, even centuries. But scientists are now discovering their secret signals. They are learning how trees share information and support each other. It is a fascinating look into a hidden world beneath our feet and all around us. This secret life of trees is truly remarkable. It is like discovering an unknown civilization. For so long we have looked at trees mainly for their wood, or we have admired them for their beauty. But they are so much more than that. They have complex social lives. Learning about this can change how we see forests forever. In this exploration, we will journey into this secret world. Understanding trees better is important for us all. Imagine an internet made of living things. This is what scientists call the Wood Wide Web. It is not made of cables and computers. Instead, it is a huge network under the ground. This network connects trees to each other. It can stretch for many miles, linking almost every tree in a forest. It is a busy highway for messages and for sharing food. Many of us walk over this network every time we are in a woodland. We probably do not even know it is there, but it is essential for the health and life of the forest. The main parts of this network are tree roots. Tree roots spread out wide under the ground. They search for water and for nutrients in the soil. Sometimes the roots of one tree will meet the roots of another tree. In some cases, these roots can even grow together. This is called grafting. When roots graft, the trees become physically linked. They can pass water and food directly between each other. It is like they are holding hands underground. This direct connection is one way that trees can help their neighbors. It shows that trees are not always competing fiercely, they also cooperate.
However, the most important connectors in this web are tiny fungi. These are not the mushrooms we see above ground, though they are related. These are called mycorrhizal fungi. They live in the soil and on tree roots. The fungi form a partnership with the trees. It is a good deal for both of them. The tree gives the fungi sugars, which it makes through photosynthesis. The fungi cannot make their own food. In return, the fungi help the tree. They act like an extension of the tree's root system.
In a forest, some trees are older and bigger than others. These large, well-established trees are often called mother trees. They're like the elders or matriarchs of the forest community. Mother trees are usually very well connected in the Wood Wide Web. They have huge root systems and many fungal partners. Because of this, they act as central hubs in the network. They play a very important role in the health of the forest around them. They are not just big trees. They are nurturing parents and important communicators.
One of the most amazing things mother trees do is nurture young trees. They can send food, in the form of carbon and sugars, to seedlings growing nearby. This is especially important for young trees that are struggling in the shade. Under a dense forest canopy, little sunlight reaches the forest floor. This makes it hard for small seedlings to make enough food to grow. Mother trees can support these young ones by sending nutrients through the fungal network. Often, they preferentially help their own offspring, their little saplings, but they can also help other young trees too, contributing to the next generation of the forest.
Besides sharing food, trees also have ways to warn each other about danger. They are not helpless when insects attack or when a drought begins. When a tree is being eaten by insects, for example, it does not just suffer in silence. It can send out signals to its neighbors. These signals tell other trees that danger is near. The other trees can then prepare themselves. They might start producing bitter chemicals in their leaves. These chemicals make the leaves taste bad to the insects.
Life for a tree in a natural forest is very different from life for a tree in a city. Urban trees face many difficult challenges. Think about a tree planted on a busy street. Its roots have very little space to grow. They are often trapped in a small square of soil surrounded by concrete and asphalt. The soil itself is often compacted and poor in nutrients. It does not have the rich, living community of a forest floor.
City trees also have to deal with pollution from cars and industry. We can suffer from too much heat reflected from buildings and roads. It is a tough life. These harsh conditions have serious consequences for urban trees. We often live much shorter lives than our relatives in the forest. A forest tree might live for hundreds of years, but a city street tree might only survive for a decade or two.
Urban trees are often stressed and weaker. This makes them more vulnerable to diseases and insect attacks. Crucially, they are often isolated. They cannot easily connect to the wood wide web. They miss out on the support and communication that forest trees enjoy. They are like lonely individuals trying to survive in a difficult environment without their community to help them. But people are starting to understand these problems better. We are learning more about what trees need to thrive, even in cities.
New ideas in urban forestry are trying to create better environments for city trees. For example, designers are creating soil cells under pavements. These are structures that provide more space for roots to grow and access healthier soil.
As we have seen, trees are much more than just tall, green structures. They are complex, living beings with a hidden social life. They communicate with each other in sophisticated ways. They use underground networks of roots and fungi to share food and information. Mother trees nurture their young. Entire communities of trees can warn each other about approaching dangers.
This understanding changes our perception of trees. They are not passive objects in the landscape. They are active participants in a vibrant, interconnected natural world. They have their own ways of living and supporting one another. Learning about the secret life of trees teaches us many valuable lessons. It shows us the incredible complexity of nature. It reminds us that there is so much happening in the world that we cannot easily see.
The interconnectedness of trees in a forest is a powerful example of cooperation in nature. It challenges the old idea that nature is only about competition, red in tooth and claw. Trees demonstrate that sharing and mutual support can be very successful strategies for survival. Discovering their communication systems also makes us think about what it means to be intelligent or aware. This new knowledge has important implications for how we treat trees and forests. If we understand that trees are social beings that depend on their network, we might be more careful about how we manage forests.
Clear-cutting, for example, destroys not just individual trees, but also the entire social fabric of the forest. Even in our gardens and parks, knowing that trees communicate can inspire us to care for them better. It encourages a more respectful and informed approach to conservation. Protecting these ancient communities is vital for the health of our planet. The forest still holds many secrets. Scientists are learning more all the time.